Are you feeling kind of just like the weight of this all this record chatter lately at all?
Nah, I've enjoyed this whole process. Last year, chasing Reg for a couple games. This year, um, with knowing what the number was coming into the season and all that, I've only thought about it a little bit, just the astronomical dream of hitting 16 in a game or 15 at the time and what all that meant. But other than that, just enjoying the process because it's obviously a major milestone, but something that will happen at the right time.
Do you feel like you were pressing it all the other nights to try to see if you could jump?
Nah, I tried not to. If I had 4 decent looks to start the game, and none of them, I airballed the first one. That was kind of funny. I laughed to myself, but there were 4 good looks that take the context and situation out. I shot the same exact shots, pretty much the whole game. Maybe forced up a couple, but just trying to again just enjoy it because shoot shots you normally shoot, take, make. Eventually I'll get there.
You obviously got 5 in a row on the road, but any special cachet tomorrow night with a family member on the other side?
You can create a narrative for any of these next 3 games coming up, or 4 games coming up. With playing against Seth tomorrow, knowing how much Reggie meant to Indiana. Obviously, the Garden speaks for itself. Boston, where Ray passed Reggie on that floor, so we'll find a special narrative for whenever it happens.
But it's Seth. I mean, that's a more personal connection for you, obviously. Is that? I mean, does it mean more to you that you're getting a chance to play against him in the midst of this?
Knowing how many I got to hit to do it, it would be a pretty special night. But again, it'll happen.
For you personally, when you go up against a guy like Joel Embiid, without giving away the game plan, what are you really trying to do to kind of slow it down a guy like that?
I mean, it's difficult. Obviously, he's super talented and the physical just presence. Seems like his control of his game and his decision making in terms of how he's getting his looks and his points has evolved every year, and you have to just be disciplined all game, knowing he still might get his numbers, and as long as you make him work, don't give him easy ones, keep him off the foul line. Any great player like that, you like your chances, but if he gets everything and gets to the foul line and gets putbacks and easy stuff where we break down, that's where you get in trouble. So just got to stay disciplined. It's not just on Loon, Draymond, Juan, it's on everybody.
Your 2s are down, your 3 attempts are up this year. I mean, there's probably a factor. What would you just, I guess, what's your reason for that, you think?
Obviously, confidence to be able to create space and shoot threes is, again, the volume has to come with efficiency, and I know what that standard is, and I'm all right where I'm at on that front. But the way defenses are playing you, attention that you get, you can't just. I'm not just coming off pick and rolls, just able to slice into the paint. There's usually bodies there, so it's where you get the ball moving. Try to get good offense. Not only for myself, but for teammates, and create good possessions that way. And then just stay aware of how things change throughout the season, depending on what defenses do, especially as you get close to the playoffs. 'Cause that's where you really have to up the efficiency, knowing the teams are going to start game planning for different actions. But other than that, it's just I take shots I think I can make, and wherever I see an opening, you shoot it.
We talked, early in the year, obviously, like the non-shooting
Steve
foul.
Kerr for president.
Yep. He's adding to his resume.
The non-shooting fouls, or non-basketball plays, whatever you want to call it. Is it tougher to get calls, you think, this year just at the rim, on normal basketball movements?
Yeah, unless you're going looking at every single possession, every single call, no call, I like where the game is at. There's some that's happened on the perimeter recently that I got a little bit confused about, but again, it's just about putting the ball in the basket first and foremost. If there's clear contact and all that, you'd hope they call it. But I think as these new rules start to cement themselves, you'll start to hopefully see more focus on just, again, putting the ball in the basket, whatever that means, whatever that looks like, and make those adjustments. Because, again, as a whole, I like where it's at. It'll settle where it's supposed to be.
What do you think about the report of Steve being the next USA head coach?
It's awesome. I mean, he spent the last two out of the last 3 summers in China for the Worlds, and then for the Olympics last year or this summer. And he talked about just, couldn't imagine when he got into coaching from 14 that we'd have the success we had, and he'd have the opportunity to leverage that into the next USA men's basketball coach, which is pretty awesome. I know it'll probably flex a different muscle for him in terms of, it's almost like the borderline. You got to go recruit some guys. You got to be, the morale booster. You got to put in a system, but it's about the culture that you create around that team, because you're not together all the time, and how quickly can you get guys to gel. So that'll be fun to watch.
What would you say if he recruits you?
He knows my schedule. We'll see what happens.